Welcome to it, everyone. We are back live at the 2022 VNEA World Pool Championships. We're playing at the Westgate Resort and Casino in the fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. And we got a great match here. Let me just change this title because this is intermediate teams we got here. So let me just change this to intermediate teams. We are live on Facebook and YouTube, and I'll be following along with the comments on both if you guys would like to chat along, or if you have any questions, I'm always happy to answer. And do us a big favor, make sure you guys are sharing that stream lots for us. That's all we ask for these free streams, is that you're sharing it lots. So let me just load up these comments. Our apologies for no sound during the last match. We had a bit of a technical difficulty, as well as they had the music pumping in here, so we had to get them to turn the music down. And we figured out the technical problem, so we're good to go. And it looks like, so we have senior discount is from Minnesota. Let me just squeeze this title in here a little better as well. See, it's leaking over the side. So we have senior discount from Minnesota. We have 5 guys. They are from Quebec, Canada. And we'll see, it looks like we got 5 guys on both tables. So both of these gentlemen shooting now are both on the team 5 guys from Quebec. David Wilson's got the bracket link there on the Facebook. If you guys want to follow along with the brackets, they're on CompuSport under the VNEA Vegas VNEA Las Vegas 2022 heading. I gotta make sure I get that right so you guys aren't searching for something else. So on senior discount, their team roster is Chad Fulkin, Doug Callahan, Howie Treff, Jim Coffey, Scott Knack, and a very good player that I actually lost to in the singles, Robert Matson. So in this intermediate division, you are allowed 1 drop-down player. So Rob would be their 1 master player. Team 5 guys, team roster is Dave Castleman, Greg Smith, Kenny Donald, Nolan Gill Alderson, Pat Moulton, and Tim Bristow. Should be a great match here. I would expect lots of firepower from these players. You don't get into the intermediate division without playing some really jam-up pool. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the little bit of coverage last night from the Suds and Chips, as well as our little tour of the rooms. Make sure if you guys enjoy that stuff, like that video, share it up. We'll do more of that if you guys enjoyed it. I actually thought it was super cool. I know if I wasn't at this event, I would definitely be watching that so that I could feel like I was here. So if you guys are new to this tournament, this team play tournament is a best of 25 games with a points format. So you get 1 point for each object ball, and you get 3 points for the 8, totaling a possible 10 points per game. And you add up the scores, and once one team is mathematically not able to come back, then the match will be over. And I would expect this match to go pretty quick because all of these gentlemen are very, very good players. And a great shot on the left table there from the Quebec boy. We were having a good laugh at the team names, so I like this team senior discount. And team 5 guys, they're super original with that team name. And the best team name I've seen so far in this event was a team called Bye Bye. I thought that's a super crafty team name. So for anyone just tuning in, make sure you're sharing that stream lots for us. We're live on Facebook and YouTube now. We got Patrick Neal in the YouTube. Welcome. And I am following along with the comments on both. If you would like to chat along or if you have any questions, I'm always happy to answer. Looks like we got some senior discount fans in the house. Little wave of the hand there on table 1, which is the right table. Hey, sound, says Guy Nicklin on the Facebook. Yeah, we got it figured out, and we got the music turned down in here, so. We actually went and asked them if they could turn down the music, and he said, the music is on in there? He was as surprised as we were. Oh, great out on table 2. That's a 10-0 win. You want to stack up as many of those as you can. And they did it to, in my opinion, senior discount's best player, Robert Matson. So that's a big win for 5 guys. And you'll see on the right side of your scoreboard there, we have the game count going. So I'll try to change that each game. So now it shows 2/3. That means we're on games 2 and 3. And so we have 5 guys on the right side table there, table 1. Banking this ball, misses it a little. Is he going to fluke it in a different pocket? So he doesn't get to keep shooting, but he gets to keep that ball. Get to keep that point. Every point really counts in these team formats. Guy Nicklin says, so did 5 guys bring you burgers for lunch and just decided to play pool? I wish. Nobody brought me lunch or breakfast. Grant has a match at 2 o'clock, so you guys are listening to Ben Francis right now on the mic. Grant's going to go get himself some breakfast, and then he's going to go try to find a table to hit some balls on and get warmed up for his team event starting at 2 o'clock. My team's first match isn't till 7 p.m. this evening, so I have plenty of time to sit in with all of you today. Try to keep you all entertained as much as I can. And you guys can let me know if the picture is okay and the volume and whatnot. Looks like we got some Quebec fans in the house as well. A mixture. Always nice to see. Showing the support. I know it goes a long way for our team when we're playing. We love the support we get from the hometown crowd. Just gives us that extra little bit of fire. Look, he's breaking the 8 here. But he's going to have a long shot on this 7 on the right-hand table there. Get Steven on the mic, Guy Nicklin says. I'd love to get some of those guys on the mic, but they don't seem to want to do anything, so. We've had Pay Pompey putting in some work. He's done great. Can't say the same for the other gentleman. And thank you, Patrick. Patrick Neal on the YouTube says, sound and picture are great. Good luck and play well. I'm really looking forward to this team event. This is our final year together as a team. The boys are going to hit the road, try to be professional pool players. They're going to quit playing on these valley tables. So it looks like Senior Discount's going to get a win on the board here. Really nice little out there for a 10-4 win. So that's going to make this score 10-14. And that's going to put us to games 3 and 4. Just like that. Oh, not games 34. Just 4. Games 3 and 4. And so while we're just waiting for a gentleman on table 2 to decide which shot he likes to take, I'll flash up this poster for our viewer advantage sweepstakes. Make sure you guys get in on this. Great options there. 2 options, so the first ticket drawn will get the choice of those 2 cues. The second ticket drawn will get the remaining cue. Something a little bit new that we're doing there. Give you guys some options. Mix it up a little. Looked like that had to be second ball break on the right-hand table. Gary said I should play his boy Tim for a couple tacos at some point. I would love to. I love tacos. And Les Kaplan wants to know who's on my team. This year the team is, and a good question on the YouTube as well, Stephen playing with Ben. So the team this year is Stephen Holem, Eric Vargas, Joseph Spence, John Pay Pompey, and myself. Brian Botham wants to know which team is Quebec. So the team in the black shirts, both players are at the table right now. That is senior discount. And then you'll see the team in the mixed shirts is the Quebec team, 5 guys. And Mr. Dempsey wants to know who is all going on the road, turning pro. I believe Steve, Joe, and Eric. I'm not sure I'm going to have a lot of time to travel this year, but I'm going to try to. Gary Burns, as much as I'd love to play, I'm not going to get any time to play, but maybe sometime in the future. And no problem, Neil. Neil wants to know, he purchased Viewer's Advantage just a little bit ago. Did Grant say he'd be getting tickets out today or when? Sorry for pestering you. Never pestering us, Neil. No problem at all. Grant will be getting all those tickets out at some point. Either today or this evening, later on this evening possibly. But he's going to be focusing on a team match he has at 2 o'clock, and then I believe their second match won't be till 9 or 9:30. And Casey Gill wants to know how many days are left. So, great question. And why don't I just put up this schedule of events poster in between shots here quick. We got 5 more days of the event left. I believe we're on Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? It's Tuesday. It's hard to keep track of days. Tim is shooting on the left table at the moment. I've seen Tim play a little. He's a fantastic player. Very good player. You guys will definitely have to make it out to Calgary. We have some big events coming up. August 11th to 14th, we have the Q Sports Live Invitational playing out of the Leather Pocket in Calgary, Alberta. That's going to be a $10,000 added. A mix of 10 ball and 8 ball, I believe, will be the event. So the winner's side will play 10 ball on the 9-foot, and the loser's side will play 8 ball on the 7-foot diamonds. And Chris Dempsey says, it's tough with a family, kids being there. Nothing replaces that time. Chris, you nailed it, bud. You nailed it, sir. I always like to say pool will always be around, but the kids only get to be young once. So you can't replace that time. Clark says, it's Tuesday, Ben. 2 weeks in Vegas is like a month. Yeah, tell me about it, pal. Tell me about it. It's only been a week, and I feel like we've been here for a month. It hasn't even quite been a week. We left Calgary a week ago today and arrived Wednesday. It hasn't even been 7 days yet, but it feels like a month. And let me say, I'm super excited for the team event, and I'm equally excited to get home. Sleep in my own bed, watch my own TV, see my boy. Oh, great effort from Tim there on the left table. Patrick Neal, my mini-me's doing great. He's a gem. He's a gem. Lucas Matthijs says, boo-hoo. I know, I'm over here crying about being in Vegas when I'm sure a lot of people wish they could be here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the tour we did yesterday. Did anybody get to watch it? We did a little tour of the venue here, of the event center. And we did a little bit of coverage of the suds and chips. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Clark says, pretty much, by the time I get home, I need a vacation for my vacation. Yeah, that's exactly right. Patrick Neal wants to know, is he taller than me yet? My mini-me? Not quite. Soon. He's growing like a weed, that boy. Yeah, Lucas, even talking to the VNEA staff here, they've said that this is the best venue they've ever had in 41 years of this event. So that's saying something. Les Kaplan says, Alberta seems to be the hotspot for pool in Canada right now. Lots of great players. I saw the tour last time. There, I was at the Riv. Sad. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed the tour and appreciate the feedback. We'll try to do more things like that at events. I think it's very important to showcase all the different stuff going on. So we've got senior discount on both tables here, it looks like. On the right side table, looks like shooting stripes, rolling that ball. That's a good shot. He's landed nicely on, I believe that's the 12 ball, and I think he can just sort of send the cue ball into the 3. Nudge it out of the way, and he'll be on the 13. Oh, and he got through it a little too much, so he's got a lot of angle on this 13. The 2 and the 1 are going to be in play here. Not sure he can avoid it. Oh, thank you, David Wilson. Please keep in mind, everyone, for that viewer advantage, if you're sending through email transfer, the cost per ticket in Canadian dollars is $26. Oh, good shot on the right-hand table, but the 1 did come into play there. So he's going to have a really tricky shot on this 9 ball. Oh, looks like a great little win there on the left-hand table. That's a 10-0. Those are big ones. That's going to put it to 20-14, and that's going to put us on games 4 and 5.
That's the Chad, you know.
What a great shot on the right-hand table there. Super cut. And he's got really good position on this 8 ball. And I kind of like that he does a little walk around there, because it can be real easy to miss this ball after you just made a really great shot. So he takes his time. He's going to give this to Be Sure. And, oh, and it caught a little skid there, but it was okay. Nonetheless, right in the heart. That's a 10-3. That's going to put it to 30-17. And we'll notice in these team events, as we're watching throughout the day, we're going to see some really close matches, and we're going to see some absolute blowouts. And teams can really run away with matches if they're running racks. Those 10-0s, 10-1s, they really add up quick. And as mentioned before, once one team is mathematically not able to catch up, the match will be over. So it looks like the start of round 2 on table 1 there. Each of these gentlemen will get the opportunity to play 5 games, assuming the score is still close enough. So it's a 25-game format. And hopefully you guys are enjoying the coverage. If you're just tuning in, make sure you're clicking that share button lots for us. And do us a favor, click the little thumbs up on the YouTube, as well as if you guys can subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and follow our Facebook. We're getting close to some big milestones on the Facebook, so we're going to do some giveaways once we arrive at those milestones. Big break on the right-hand table. Looks like he's made a ball. He hit that break really good. Super square. Good amount of speed behind it. All right, the YouTube spammers are alive and kicking. Let me just get rid of them quick here. They are awake. And I'm starting to think reporting them does absolutely nothing. Doug says Minnesota pool is so competitive, well represented at nationals. Doug, you hit the nail on the head there. Minnesota is very talented. They have a lot of really great players. Jerry Cahan, good afternoon, sir, on the Facebook. Thanks for tuning in. And thanks for the kind words. We are going to have lots of really great pool played today. I'm a huge fan of these team events. I think it's one of the coolest things about playing pool. There's nothing quite like it. When you're out there playing for yourself, it's just a way different feeling. These team events are just so much fun. We're going to have a lot of really good laughs. There's going to be times when I'm almost crying because I'm going to be laughing so hard. The practice room on the YouTube says, switch it to subscriber only chat and they'll vanish. Yeah, I think we're going to try to do that. Maybe I can figure that out in between matches here even. Get rid of those YouTube spam bots. Nobody likes seeing that nonsense. So a good opening shot on the right-hand table solves the only problem in the first shot. That's what you want to try to do. Get rid of those problem balls as early as you can so you have plenty of other options. Oh, pretty good shot on the left-hand table, but he just flicked that 4. Sort of slowed the angle, but I think he can still cut the 4. Send the cue ball into the 5. He should stay relatively on the 6 ball. And Luis on the Facebook. We don't have the translate option in the chat here, so I'm not sure what question you're asking there. I am from Canada, but I do not speak the French. And good day, Christine. Thank you for that. And thank you, Mike Sundstrom on the Facebook. Says he shared in a group and on his timeline. Thank you so much for the excellent stream as usual. You guys are very welcome. This stream is nothing without all you great viewers out there. All of you great viewers make it totally worthwhile. Well, Diana said, hopefully see some ladies play. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure they'll put some ladies matches over here. Unfortunately, the ladies masters teams only had 3 entries. So that will be a short tournament. I believe they played the triple elimination format too, so there are still quite a few matches there, but it won't be a long one for them. But they're all going to get paid. The payout is quite good for that division, considering 3 teams. Oh, asking if I'm a participant. Well, thank you for translating that, David Wilson. I am indeed. I am indeed a participant at these events, Luis. I played everything. I played Scotch, played 9-ball singles, 8-ball singles, and now we're going to play the team event. Thank you, Diana, for liking and sharing. Laura Berg says, sounds like you've got your morning voice or a long night. I'm losing my voice. I am losing my voice. It's been a long 6 days. That feels like 60 days. How many entries in the men's intermediate? Great question there from, looks like Phil Tarangelo in the comments there. Let me just pull up the brackets here. If you guys want to follow along with the brackets there on CompuSport under the VNEA Las Vegas 2022 heading. And there are 26 teams in that division in the men's intermediate. Let me just get rid of this other spam in the YouTube. Chad wants to know what the payout is for the women's masters. It's $1,000 for third, $2,000 for second, $4,000 for first. All three teams are going to get nice Charlies as well. Highly sought after Vegas trophies, really hard to get. Yeah, Guy Nicklin says he doesn't ever lose his voice. He talks too much as it is. Yeah. How could you ever lose your voice, Guy? Impossible. Totally impossible. All right, looks like we've got senior discount cleaning up these balls on the left-hand table. One ball left in the 8. Yeah, Phil, it's a little bit smaller of an event this year. Not as many international teams. And a great question from Laura there. Why did they call the trophies Charlies? The mascot for VNEA is named Charlie. And so that's where the name Charlies came from. It's Charlie the Cougar. Yeah, just show up and win a Charlie. That's right, Diana. Looks like 10-7 over there for senior discount. They're stacking up the wins. And that's going to put it to 40-24 and get us to games 6 and 7. And if you are just tuning in, we're live at the 2022 VNEA World Pool Championships. Beautiful venue here at the Westgate Resort and Casino. And there's nothing quite like Las Vegas. This is certainly a one-of-a-kind city. The city that never sleeps. He's going down to this 2 ball. He needs to make it so it clears the pocket for the 8. That's a good shot. He's cleared the pocket for the 8, and he's cleared the pocket for the 9, but that won't matter with the 9 because he's going to have to use it to possibly play a combination on the 11. Deborah says the tables used to be called Cougars in one year. I'm not sure about that. I'm not 100% sure. And Reiner says, watching you guys is making me want to come back. My last Charlie was 2012. Hopefully next year they let me fly. Fantastic job streaming the event. Oh, thank you for tuning in, sir. Oh, perfect. Stephanie Toy says, Dick Spitzer just commented on the VNEA page that the original founder of VNEA was Charles something, and it was named after him. That's a great fun fact, Steph. Thank you for letting us all know that. It's awesome. Because we get that question a lot. Why are they called Charlies? Now I know how to answer it. So missed shot on the right-hand table, but he has control over that. He's in control over that table with where the 5 is. His opponent could possibly cut this 4 to the bottom left as we were looking at it, send the cue ball into the 5, but there's definitely no guarantee to get a shot after. Not to mention, just potting the 4 is not an easy shot. And thank you, Ranger Gregory and Sarah Jane Schmidt, for tuning in. The name of the bar model, Valley Cougar. Also have a Panther model too. Yep, that is correct. The practice room in the YouTube's got all the facts. Loving it. And Sarah, if you don't have VNEA in your area, you can go to their website and try to see if you can get VNEA in your area. Looks like a 10-0 for Rob Matson on table 2. That's going to put them at 50. And it's going to keep 5 guys at 24. They are moving these gentlemen on senior discount. Seem to be playing some really good pool. And if you guys are just tuning in, this is the VNEA team event starting today. And it's a bit of a different format if you're not familiar with it. They play a 25-game format. Each ball is worth 1 point. The 8 ball is worth 3 for a total of 10 possible points. And they add up the scores across 25 games, and when one team is not mathematically able to come back, then the match is over. Rich S on the YouTube says, do we mind mentioning the camera equipment we're using to stream? Not a problem at all. We have 2 Logitech webcams here, as well as our PTZ optics camera that we'll use to kind of give you guys a view around the room. And we stream from a program called Wirecast Pro, actually. And guy says, why is Steph not lending her golden voice to the stream? I like your voice, Ben, but her voice is way prettier than yours. Yeah. Maybe Steph can answer that. Steph, why aren't you here? We need you. Yeah, Mr. Matson. Good to see him still playing. He is such a good player. Really, really good player. Yeah, somebody had to be an adult, right, Steph? Moose Vision, yeah. Eh? Moose Vision, eh? Too funny. Yeah, adulting's no fun, Steph and Guy. But somebody's got to do the dirty work, right? So on this right-hand table, he's been eyeing up this really thin cut on this 9 ball. Hair of inside English, I believe, to avoid crashing into the 10. Send the cue ball up and down. Looks like he's hit it a little thick. Didn't cut it quite enough. That's going to give 5 guys a chance to put another win on the board. They're going to need to start putting up some wins. You don't want to get too far behind. And I have no idea what question you're referring to there, practice room in the YouTube. No idea. Yeah, Rob's one of the quickest players on the planet for sure. He gets it done quick. I really enjoyed playing him in the singles. Even though I lost, it was quite enjoyable. He didn't torture me. So a 10-5 win over there. That's going to get us to games 8 and 9. And at some point, I will double check the score. Obviously not super easy to do the commentary, follow the comments, and try to keep track of 2 tables playing at the same time. But I usually do okay. I've played this game once or twice. Pat on the Facebook says, our little town in northern Minnesota started our own VNEA league with our local vendor. We have 7 4-person teams. They started just before the pandemic. Haven't made it to Vegas, but sure hope to next year. Start a league. It's fun. It sure is. If you guys have never been to this event and you're a pool player, you're totally missing out. You got to put it on your bucket list, 100%. So let's see how Five Guys is breaking on this right-hand table. We got table 1 on the right. We got table 2 on the left. Those are the tables we're streaming in the finals dome here. And we had a fantastic time at the Suds and Chips last night. Super fun. Always a really fun time. And SVB up on the stage, gave a little speech. Pretty cool stuff. Christopher says, most people who play leagues can't afford to go to Vegas for nationals. That's not always true. But certainly not cheap to come down here. It is quite expensive. With the cost of gas and food and or flights, and it's certainly not cheap. Good shot on table 2 there, but he's going to have a real thin shot on this 8 with the cue ball near the rail. Makes it super tough. And like the practice room says, we had ours paid for by the league. Yeah, usually when you play league all year, you kind of win enough money to help you get to Vegas. Well, great win on table 2 there. That's 10-1. They needed that. That's going to tighten this score right up. And that's going to get us to games 9 and 10. 9 and 10. Rob Boone wants to know if SVB going to match up with someone. There were some talks of possibly a match, but I don't think it's going to happen now. So let's see if they can continue putting up wins here. They're shooting on the right-hand table, and usually in this game, that's a real good sign if you're shooting. Chad, no, I don't think so. But you can contact VNEA and try to see what they can do for you. If league pays for Vegas, it takes money from league prize pool. No, thank you, says Christopher. No, it's more like the money you win in the from the prize pool in league helps you pay for Vegas. It's not like it's not cheap to get down here, but it's also, I don't know, kind of a strange statement to say that most league players can't afford it, because I know like lawyers and doctors and crypto wizards and real estate monsters and a lot of very wealthy people. And Rob Boone wants to know, who is it supposed to be? I think there was some chats of Alex Olinger trying to match up with SVB. He would have needed a little bit of a spot, possibly, but I don't know if they negotiated a game. Yeah, TJ should play him some 8-ball, right, Laura? I think he has before. I think he's played him a little bit before and done quite well. And don't mind my morning voice. I'm losing my voice 6 days into the event. Still lots of pool to be played, lots of commentary to be done. So I'll have to make sure I get some ginger ale in me or something. It used to be 200 from Great Falls plus hotel, says the practice room. Yeah, that's probably about right. Mr. David Harding in the Facebook. Welcome, sir. And everybody else tuning in. We appreciate you guys tuning in. If you can do us a big favor, share the stream lots today. You can also show your support by liking and following our Facebook, subscribing on our YouTube. And one other way you can help support us keeping these streams free is through our Viewer Advantage Sweepstakes, which I'll flash up the poster for as soon as this shot is done on table 1. So I'll just flash this up quick. Make sure you guys get in on this. Draw is going to be on Saturday, June 4th at the end of play or near the end of play. And you can purchase those tickets on www.cslipl.com. Under the shop tab, you'll find it. I'm just going to sign a quick birthday card here for Chelsea. Let's see, where do we sign this? Where do we sign this? Chelsea, one of the waitresses from my home pool room. It's her birthday today. So just give me a quick moment here and I'll finish signing this. So just bear with me for a moment, everyone. Signed and done. And John says, heart symbol. Thank you. Neat idea, getting everybody to sign the card for his girlfriend there. How cute is that? Oh, wait, not his girlfriend. His friend, that's a girl. That's what I meant by that. His friend, that is a girl. Dustin says, my team would likely go to Edmonton or Red Deer, but not sure about heading to Vegas. Vegas is awesome. This tournament is super awesome. So just catching up these comments on the YouTube chat. Yeah, it just seems like a strange comment, Christopher, to say that most in league can't afford to come to Vegas. I'm not really sure how to take that. Are you saying that majority of league players are broke? Because I'm not sure I would agree with that. Rob Boone wants to know, does Nick have a website? Want to check out his jump break cue? I don't believe he does have a website, Rob Boone. So you might have to check him out on Facebook. Or if you want to private message me, I can give you his phone number. I can hook you up with his phone number. The jump break shaft is absolutely unreal. I love that thing. I never had to break it down this event to play a jump shot. It jumps so good full cue. Just in his area, I think he meant, says the practice room. Yeah, maybe. Maybe just in his area. Yeah, it takes a ton of expendable money to go to Vegas. That's right. Totally worth it, though. 100% worth every dollar spent here. You cannot undervalue this tournament. Worth every penny. So much fun. All right, rolls the ball on the side on the right-hand table there. This 8-ball for a 10-6 win for senior discount. A little bit long, but a little off straight actually helps this shot. It's a little easier when it's a little off straight. Spears it. That's going to get it to 66 to 50. And that's going to put us on games 10 and 11. Just like that. And so I'm just going to put up that viewer advantage poster again. Make sure you guys get in on this draw. 2 super cool choices there. First ticket drawn is going to get the choice of one of those 2 cues, and the second ticket drawn will get the remaining cue. And totally, exactly how Practice Room says it there. Vegas isn't so bad if you stay away from the slots, you know? Another cool little key for Vegas I find is to, you know, when we're here for 10 days, is to hit up a Walmart. Get some snacks. So I think I'll watch one more game here, then I'm going to do a score check. Just to make sure we're on track here. As the match gets a little later, I want to make sure the score is correct, so that we can predict when the match will be ending. I believe the next round of matches will be at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I can try to take a look who that might be. And we could possibly even have Grant's team up here. It is a possibility. And it looks like they don't have a match called on these tables yet, so we'll have to wait for this round of play to be done. David Harding says, okay, Ben, spill the beans. Who's hurting today after last night? Everyone? I'm not going to lie. I was a little bit dry when I woke up this morning. Let's put it that way. And I've seemed to have started to lose my voice. So I was definitely talking too much last night. So Dustin says he thinks he would try to find an Airbnb, get groceries, everything, hopefully to subsidize eating out. The only thing with the Airbnb is I highly recommend staying at the venue. Highly recommend staying at the venue. There's nothing quite like when you're done a match and you can just go up to your room and relax for a bit, rather than have to get in a cab or an Uber and go across the town or walk or whatnot. Didn't have any tequila shots or the ladder of that, the practice room on YouTube. Just some draft. That was all. 10-4 win for senior discount over there. Stacking up the wins, they are. And I'll get it to 76 to 54 and put us on games 11 and 12. $200 a night. Dude, you must be rich. What's $200 a night? I'm confused. Did you think the rooms here are $200 a night, Christopher? because they're not quite that much. But, and it's pretty rare to just stay by yourself, too. Another good way to save money is split a room with somebody. Because certainly I am not rich. Far, far from it. Let's see how Rob Matson's break is on the left table there. Oh, he's hitting second ball. Second ball break, and he didn't like it. He came up dry. Ball's clustered up there a little near the bottom left. Yeah, the rooms here, Christopher, they're reasonably priced and definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. You can save a few bucks by staying somewhere else, but then you're going to spend it on cab money or Ubers, or you're going to wear yourself out walking in the heat. Certainly worth the extra cost to stay at the venue. And yeah, Sarah, it's not as expensive as it seems in Vegas. It's reasonable. It's reasonable. I mean, it's Vegas. Christopher wants to know, how much is it then for a night at venue? It varies. It varies depending on the day of the week. So I actually couldn't quote precisely what the cost is. Different during the weekdays than on the weekends. So, but you guys are welcome to Google it, possibly. Westgate Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. Good strategy when playing over your head to break second ball like that. They always cluster on the opposite side from where you break. So this is a huge misconception with second ball break, is that it's more of a safety break. If you're hitting it good, they break super wide open, and they don't cluster on one rail. They go like, they break as good as if you're smashing head ball. I know, because I love me some second ball break. That's kind of my go-to. But I tried a couple when I was warming up before my first match, and it didn't seem to be working well, so I just stuck with the head ball break. Oh, good effort on table one there on the right-hand table, trying to get behind that 4-ball. I think he's going to have another chance, but it's going to be much tougher this time. Robert Wright wants to know, are they playing to get out of groups here? I don't think so. No, they are not. But it is a triple elimination tournament in the intermediate and the Masters divisions. Looks like a good win for 5 guys. That's a 10-0. That's twice they've 10-0'd Rob Matson. And if you can punish the best player on the team, you can do some damage. It's going to put us to games 12 and 13. And yeah, Robbie says these teams are all playing pretty good. Haven't really seen any intermediate mistakes. No, both teams are playing fantastic. Only second ball break here. And yeah, as Stephanie says on the Facebook, players were able to book under the VNEA room block. And the rooms were $75 a night with no resort fees, so. Yeah, as Ranger says on the Facebook there too, if you share a room with somebody, you know, kind of split costs, stay away from the gambling. It doesn't cost too much here. It's reasonable. So they got the referee over here to watch the hit on table 1, the right-hand table. They They do have some really great referees here, all certified referees. They do a fantastic job of making sure the play stays clean. Good shot there, but he's not happy with where this cue ball landed. He's going to be jumping at this one, I believe. Up and over the one, reaching for the short cue. So I did say I would check the score, so I might just wait till this game on the right-hand table is done, and I'll just mute the volume for a second and check the score. Did they do ref school this year? I believe they did, David. I believe so. So let's watch his technique with this jump shot on the right-hand table. Let's see if he full hands it like a regular elevated shot or if he goes with the dart method. It looks like he's going to full hand it. Oh, he is going to dart it. So a bit of a funny angle here. We're not going to get to see. He's kind of blocking the shot, but what a fantastic pot that was. He got up and over that ball, no problem. Made a really good pot, and now he's got a shot on this 8 to win this game 10-3. Big shot there. Uh-oh. Where's this cue ball going? Oh, wow. Cliffhanger. Cliffhanger made his teammates sweat that one a little. Another win for Senior Discount. They're stacking them up, but they don't seem to be gaining a huge advantage yet. Still a pretty close match. Only 19 points separating these teams right now. And I will just mute this volume for a moment and double check the score. So I'll be right back, everyone. Oh, I'm doing a bang-up job. Nailed the score. I nailed it. Pat myself on the back there. Because trust me, I'm not expecting brilliance today. Yeah, Dan says, wow, Senior Discount is intermediate. These guys are all top masters up here in Mini. Yeah, fantastic team. Really good team. As I mentioned before, Rob Matson, I lost to him on the B side of the 8-ball. And Brian Botham, yeah, I believe there's several Minnesota teams in this event. If you guys want to follow along with the brackets, they're on CompuSport under the VNEA Las Vegas 2022 heading. So you can search team names, you can search individual players, or you can just look at each individual bracket and follow along. And if you're just tuning in, make sure you guys are sharing that stream lots for us today. We got plenty of really great pool happening across all kinds of different divisions. And I'm not 100% sure what the next match will be, but I know it's scheduled for 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. That's in about an hour and 20 minutes. So with any luck, these gentlemen will finish up in a reasonable amount of time, and I can actually go get something to eat. My stomach is growling. You guys can probably hear it through the microphone. And I would have to think the next matches on these tables would be in this division as well. But not a certainty who will be playing here. We'll just have to wait for this round to end before they call the next round of tables. But plenty of fantastic pool to be played today. On this right-hand table, he looks like he's eyeing up a bank shot on the 4-ball to try to open the 3 a little bit. That's near the bottom left. That's the ball hanging in the bottom left corner. Well, he also tried to send the cue ball up to the 5 and develop that as well. Dan Charon, this is a 25 game, not round robin, not quite. It's just a 25 game format, so each player will play 1 game against each member of the opposing team, assuming the score is still within a range that they get to play all 5 games. Sometimes you'll see players only play 4 games because as soon as one team is mathematically not able to come back, then the match will be over. Another good question from Rob right there. Does the loser of this match drop to the loser side with a chance to return to the winner's side? That is a negative. This tournament and the Masters teams are actually a triple elimination format. So rather than the round robin, which they've done before in these events, they've gone to the triple elimination, and I find it's the way to do it. Oh, a great shot on table 2 there, and he's landed straight in on this 8. Relatively straight in. I think shooting this in the corner is probably the right play. But he seems to not mind the side. Either way, certainly preference. But a big win over here, and we're getting down to middle stages of the match. So extending the lead a little here will go a long way. And this would be a 10-1 win on the left-hand table. There's a big shot on this 8-ball. Oh, and he rolls it in beautifully for the 10-1 for senior discount. That's going to put it 96-68. And game 14 and 15. So the last 2 games of the 3rd round. And pretty content to just play a little safety over there on the right-hand table. He's done well. Put him in jail. Don't see too many great things happening from a kick shot here. He can sort of kick at the 2. And kind of just hope to leave the cue ball down there. I would kick at a speed to maybe go 2 rails in behind the 5 might be a fun shot. Oh, something like that. Wow. Let me just, I'm just going to double check the delay on the camera here. I believe he went 2 rails and thinned the 5, then went into the rail. So in VNEA rules, you do need to get a rail after you contact the ball. I think it was a clean hit. Christopher wants to know if they have Simonis on these tables. I don't think so. close enough. Good enough where I wouldn't want to call him intermediate. Howie is a beast. Looked like a good hit there. They wanted to ask me. I'm not the ref, but I can give my opinion. Yeah, championship cloth. Tour edition, I believe it's called. Has a waterproof backing for bar spillage. Yeah, I believe that was a good hit there. It looked like he just thinned the 5, and then the cue ball got to the rail. So they just wanted to clarify, and that's reasonable. But certainly we cannot be the referee here, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure we can ever make that call officially. Yeah, Simonis on a bar box would be way too fast, Christopher. That's right. That'd be pretty tricky to control. Pretty tricky to control. We have Simonis on Grant's home table, and I know when he first got it put in, yeah, it was real tough to control. All right, so we got the referee called on table 1 over here, which is always a good idea. Just call the referee anytime you're unsure. That's what they're here for. Just going to thin that ball, try to leave the cue ball pretty much where it is now. Yeah, that's a good shot. But I think he sold out the 5 in the side. I do believe the other option is maybe the 2-6 combination. But he hasn't called a shot, so he's pretty content with playing another safety. They might need the referee over here again. But I'm not sure that he can play the same shot again and not sell out, so. The boys from Quebec play on Simonis at home on Valley tables, yeah. Yeah, and as Brian mentions in the Facebook, he should have called for a ref first. So the way these events work, too, is if you don't call a ref, then the call goes to the shooter. So always good to just call the ref, just in case, if you're not sure. Hello, Brian Harder Jr. Thanks for tuning in. And for everyone else just tuning in, if you can do us a big favor, click that share button. Like and follow our Facebook, subscribe on our YouTube. Goes a long way to help us keep these streams free. Keep them coming to you. I think might as well just call a ref again. I'm not sure why they wouldn't. Yeah, it looked like a good hit. Looked like a good hit, but he sold it out. So I think on the right-hand table there, that 2 goes. He's getting down to shoot it pretty quick. That tells me it definitely goes. Stun over. Little angle on the 6 is okay. He's going to want a little angle on the 5, or possibly even straight in on the 5 could be okay, and then he could just draw it straight back. Yeah, and this is a good angle. I like this angle because you have multiple options here. Multiple ways to route this cue ball around to the 8. And Goes with the 2-rail path to try to play the 8 in the side. He's come up a little short, but this is pretty routine for players of this ability. Can't expect he would miss this ball. And this will be for a 10-2 win, so starting to extend the lead a little here. Ooh, and that could have went wrong a couple different ways, but it worked out. That's a 10-2 win for Senior Discount. That's got them up to 106. It's got 5 guys to 70. It's got us to game 15 and 16. And with a 36-point lead, might look like a lot, but trust me, it is far from over. 36 points is only 4 runouts before you take the lead, and 4 runouts happens all the time. Looks like 5 guys can do some damage on the left-hand table there. He's got 1 ball left in the 8 to try to claw back a few points. How did Ron Frank Jr. do in the Masters 9 ball? Doug wants to know. I believe he got 3rd. Place. Now, if you guys want to check out the brackets, they're all on CompuSport under the VNEA Las Vegas 2022 heading. And this 8 ball on the left-hand table to claw back some points for 5 guys. But he has missed it. Well, he's left a super tough shot, but a free shot. Brian Baker says TJ should go pro. Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. They say he barely even plays, which is hard to believe. Let me tell you, every pool player says that. But the gentleman is super, super talented. 7 ball cutting in the side, I believe, on the left-hand table. Tough little shot. It's kind of like a blind pocket. That one's not easy. Oh, he did well there. I think he just got around the 3 so that he can see the 4. And Derek Moore says he barely plays, but I can attest to that. Derek doesn't play much anymore. Doing the family thing, you know? Working lots, being a responsible adult. So I think with this left-hand table, you got to play this shot with low left spin, draw off the side rail, back out to where the cue ball is now. He didn't catch it with as much left spin as I thought he might put to try to avoid the side pocket. And a big game over there, I feel like. Big swing in the points there. Every time you give up a run out like that, it's costing you a lot of points. So say you're going to win 10-2, that's a plus 8 points, and then you lose 10-7, that's a minus 3. You've actually given up 11 points. So let me just flash up this viewer advantage poster while the gentleman on the right-hand table is making a decision. Make sure you guys get in on this beautiful Jacoby custom cues that we have up here. First ticket drawn will get their choice. Second ticket drawn will get the remaining cue. Both cues come with the Jacoby Ultra shaft. And thanks for tuning in, Patrick. Get back to work, sir. Ball count on losses is important. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you're only ever losing games like 10-6 or 10-7, it's really not devastating. Assuming your teammates are getting the work done for you. So 5 guys need to start moving here. They're almost down 40 points. With not a lot of time left to work. Yeah, Wayne says he likes how fast this format moves players up and ready. Yeah, you'll find at this level, the players are very attentive. They know when they're up, and they're always ready to go. And rhythm is important in pool, so you don't want to be stalling your teammates. So you want to get up there and play. Big out here on table 1 on the right-hand table. Looks like he's going to win this one 10-0. Those 10 nils are big. Very nice little out there from 5 guys. And they're right back in it. Right back in it. So while Rob's figuring out what he wants to do on the left-hand table there, I'll just flash up this schedule of events poster quick for you all. 5 more days left, folks. 5 more days of action. Good shot from Rob there on table 2. Shooting this ball, and he's going into the cluster. He's going to try to open some stuff up. What's he going to get? He's going to get absolutely nothing. I don't think he has... Well, he might have a gap through the 13-15 to shoot the 4 ball here. Potentially. Yeah, Pat with another monster run out over there. He's playing real good. He's keeping them in it. Dustin says no, but you might want to stall your opponent and put them on tilt. That's one way. That's one way. Doesn't often work in my experience. So I think I forgot to change the game count here. I do believe I forgot to change the game count. So I think we're on game 16-17, but I will do another score check in a moment here. I think near the end of this round, so near game 20, I'll do another score check. Rob's got the break cue out here on the left-hand table. He's jumping this. Jumped the edge. He got over it nicely, but he didn't make the pot. And on the right-hand table, a big break with the cue ball down. That spells massive trouble for 5 guys here. You'll notice the 8 ball went in. So anytime you make the 8 ball on the break in VNEA, you get the option of spotting it and playing it as it lies, or you can break again. So in this situation, since his opponent scratched, he could technically re-rack and break these balls, but he's never going to because he has ball in hand. Ball in hand behind the line. And so he was just informing his opponent that the 7 is past the head string. Can't shoot a ball that's behind it. And low ball looks pretty good over there on the right-hand table. 6 ball might be a bit of an issue. The 5's right next door, so you can possibly develop it. And I kind of thought he might try to attack that problem early. Usually in 8 ball, you want to attack those problems as early as you can. But plenty of time to work here. 2 ball, up for the 3 next, I believe. Possibly the 5 next. And on the left-hand table, we have 5 guys trying to run out these stripes. Claw back a few more points here. Oh, he needs to find the window, and he does, and he's on the 5. Oh, going through that 13-12 window was pretty high-risk stuff. Nonetheless, he's on the ball. Still shooting. That's the key in this game. He's giving it a bit of a long thought here. He wants to make sure he chooses wisely. Rolls the 5 in. He's on the 3. Does the 6 play in the side? Off the 14. Is that the next shot? I think it is. And if he just lands straight on the 6, he can just stop the cue ball for the 1 right next door to lead to the 8. And it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. So play the 6 in off the 14 with just a little stop shot. Oh no, and it's all gone wrong on the left-hand table there. It looks like a good chance Rob Matson's going to get back to table 2. 5 guys need to start stringing together some wins, or this match is going to be over pretty quick. We're already into game 16-17. A couple more runouts and it could be out of reach. Oh, he tried to go straight in the side. He tried to go straight in. Tricky little shot. Tricky little shot. If he could just roll that ball, it wasn't as bad, but he kind of had to play it with a stop shot in order to hold the cue ball for the 1. And kicking at the ball on table 2. Off the left side rail, he's got to kick into the 15, try to pot it. Needs to pot this ball in the lower right. Oh, and he goes right by it. He goes in between everything, and he scratches in the bottom left, and Rob's going to make him pay for that. Wayne Burba says, we need overhead cameras, give you better view for your commentary. We will have some overhead cameras in the future. The flaw being here is that the lights are too low. So we've actually had some... We've had some talks with VNEA about possibly changing the lighting. David Wilson, the stream is not frozen. I know that because I'm watching it as well. You're just going to have to reset your stuff. Dustin Shoemaker says he loves the stream. Thank you, sir. Where did we learn how to do the streaming? We kind of just trial and errored it, to be honest. And we use a program called Wirecast Pro, which allows us to put the scoreboards up there and have all kinds of fancy layers and posters and pretty cool stuff, this Wirecast Pro. All right, that puts us to games 17-18 if my counting is correct, but I will double check in a moment. Patrick says playing 6 off the 14 was always the shot there. Easy to say from back here, but from at the table, maybe it wasn't even available. Maybe that 14 was just a little too far. Thank you, Trevor Sandberg says, some of the best in the business. Thanks for the stream. I appreciate that. And Sarah Schofield, hello. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome, everyone. Make sure you all share that stream lots for us. That's all we ask for these free streams. If you want to show your support, you can do it by sharing the streams, like and follow our pages, subscribe on our YouTube, as well as join in on some of our sweepstakes. Looks like a 10-5 win over there for 5 guys. That gets them over the 100-point mark, and it gets them within 30 points here. So we got games 18 and 19 about to begin. And I'll put up this viewer advantage sweepstakes poster for you all. If you want to get in on that, tickets can be purchased through our online store, www.cslipl.com. You'll find it under the shop tab. So a couple of big breaks here for 5 guys. If they can come with some big ones here, this match can tighten up really quick. We could be within 10 points, but a big old dry break on the left-hand table is not going to help them. So let's see if they can have a more successful break on the right-hand table here. Table 1. The practice room says, from a distance, his belt makes that look awkward. It's funny you say that. I was thinking the exact same thing. Isn't touching the cue ball before it stops a foul. Technically, Kyle, technically it would be. But these players are pretty seasoned, pretty experienced, so they know if the ball is going anywhere near a pocket, they won't touch it. If it's going nowhere close to a pocket, they may touch it. Yeah, the guy on the left table stopped it after the 8-ball in motion, but they knew it wasn't going anywhere. Both himself and his opponent knew that cue ball wasn't going nowhere. Tim's gone cold from singles, says Rob Wright. Possibly wore himself out a bit. I mean, this is a war of attrition, this event. You got to have some serious stamina. Yeah, it would be a foul if called, Kyle, but it would be what we refer to as a bush league call. It's like saying they didn't patch the pocket. Those kind of calls get you followed into the parking lot. But yes, the official ruling would be that you're not allowed to touch the ball until it's come to a stop, just in case it's tracking towards a pocket or something. Always good to know the exact rulings, though. So what do we have him eyeing up on this right-hand table here? I don't believe he's taken the opening shot yet. And on the left-hand table, we got senior discount working. Yeah, Kyle Vass, no problem, pal. Absolutely no problem. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to answer any questions you guys have. I love teaching the game. I'm an instructor myself, so I get great joy out of teaching pool. It's one of the finer things in my life. And Les Kaplan says, teams is a different mentality. You're no longer playing for yourself. The pressure is different. That's from his experience. From my experience, Les, you nailed it, pal. You nailed it, sir. The team event is just a different animal, totally different feeling when you're out there trying not to let down your teammates. It is way different pressure. I know personally the most pressure I've ever felt in pool has been in team events at this tournament. And yeah, just like Rich S says on the YouTube there, 110 watching on YouTube, only 22 likes. Come on, smash that like button. Let's go, folks. Plenty of great pool to come today. Make sure you're sharing that stream lots for us, too. Click that little thumbs up on the YouTube. Oh, a super back cut on the other table, and some balls got in the way, but I think that ball was going in. And let's see if five guys can go to work here. They've tightened this match up a little bit. I believe at the end of one or both of these games, I'm going to check the score just to make sure we're on the right game number and the score is correct. And my apologies for the brightness on that left table there. We're fighting with not only the lights over the table, but we're fighting with some pot lights at the top of the ceiling that are making our camera do funny things. So it looks like came up a little bit short on that right-hand table, but it shouldn't be a problem. He should be able to thin this ball in and go back and forth across the table to play the 8 in the lower right. I believe it does go by the 7. He's giving it the long look, trying to be 100% sure. Nice little cut shot on the left-hand table, table 2. If you guys are just tuning in, we're streaming tables 1 and 2 in the finals arena. There's 8 tables in this finals arena. Nice and quiet in here. We're going to have plenty of great pool being played in here. I believe the next round of matches scheduled for 2 o'clock. That's Pacific Standard Time. And I don't think they've scheduled a match on here yet, so we'll have to wait to find out who it's going to be. And let me tell you, I'm kind of hoping it's going to be Sharknado, which is Grant Zemp's team. They do have a 2 o'clock match. Would be pretty cool to have them up here on the stream so I can cheer on my friends. Some more YouTube spam bots in the YouTube chat. Let's get rid of these real quick. And we will try to figure that out maybe in between matches. I'll try to figure out how to get rid of those. Sounds like we can do it just by making it a subscriber-only chat room. Which will be great as well, because then if you guys want to chat with me, you got to subscribe. And we need as many subscribers as we can get to help keep these streams free. So a huge mistake on the right-hand table there, and that one mistake could cost them this match because they were just starting to claw back a little. Did the bots share and like the stream, Patrick asks. Hopefully. So let's see if Senior Discount can punish the Five Guys team member for making that mistake on the right-hand table there. Big swing. From a 10-0 to a possible 10-6 loss. That's a 14 points you're giving up there. Just the 8 ball left. 10-6 win for Senior Discount. So let me just mark in this score, and then I'll go double check that I have this correct. So I want to make sure that not only do I have the score correct, but I have the game number correct. So I'll be right back. Man, this guy is good. I'm on the ball. I'm on the ball today. Nailed the score. Nailed the game count.
All right, Desmond. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Good stuff. Good stuff. You love to see it. So with 6 games remaining, senior discount is up 32 balls. Senior discount up 32 balls with 6 games remaining. So we'll notice as this match starts getting down near the end, they're going to start counting the balls, see how many they need to close this out. Oh, thank you, Mr. Cairns, for tuning in on the Facebook. Appreciate that nice comment. We do our best out here. We've certainly been working real hard. Trying to play and stream is a bit of a daunting task, but wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I love it. Absolutely love it. And for all you folks, if you've never been to VNEA, you got to put it on your bucket list. This is pool players' paradise. Somebody once mentioned it to me. It's like summer camp for pool players, and it is. It is very much like that. It's like summer camp for adults. And so Tim on the left-hand table, he's just trying to be sure on this ball. He knows this is a big moment in this match. He's absolutely has to capitalize here. And getting from this stripe to the 8 is no easy task. Oh, these spam bots and the YouTube are out in full force today. They're out in full force. They must have heard we're streaming the Vegas tournament. And thank you, Christopher, on the YouTube for that nice comment as well. I appreciate that. I appreciate everyone out there watching. We really are nothing without our great fans. Is that another spam bot? It is. They really are out in full force today. Look at that. All right, I think I got it under control. Okay, so senior discount at the left-hand table, looking at a 10-7 win. 2 balls in the 8 left. Should be able to clean these up. Yeah, great comment there on the YouTube. Never give up if still statistically possible to win. I've seen all kinds of crazy stuff, like unbelievable stuff happen in this game. Thank you, Greg Cairns. You're a gentleman, sir. Appreciate that nice comment. So a 10-7 win there is going to get this to 151, 116, and now we're on games 20 and 21. Getting down near the end. Getting down near the end. So what do we have here? We got a 35-point lead with 5 games to play. Looks like they're just going to call a referee on this right-hand table. It's always best to call a ref if you're unsure. They got lots of refs in here. They are hard-working gentlemen. They know the game well. They're trained well. Ooh, awesome. Awesome stuff there, practice room. I am going to take a picture of that right now. I appreciate you doing the research for us there. Certainly, as soon as I'm done this stream, I'm going to try to figure it out and get it so only subscribers can use the chat in the YouTube. That way we don't get any spam bots happening anymore. Joe Smith says we banned his other name from comment commenting for some reason like a year ago. How do I request to be unbanned from chat? Joe, I'm not really sure. What is your other profile name? And thank you, Les Kaplan, for the nice comment there as well. All right, so it looks like the 8 ball was made on the break there on the left-hand table, so he's going to spot it. You'll see most times they will keep shooting. They don't want to risk breaking again and coming up dry on the break or even possibly scratching. So if you made a ball on the break, that included the 8, you do most times want to keep shooting. Even if it's a fairly difficult table, you do want to just try to figure it out, I think. And our apologies for anyone else who's ever covered this event and not done the best job. They can't all be us. But we're big supporters of anybody that's doing anything to try to help this game grow, so. I'm not sure, Joe Smith, how that happened, but I can try to look into it for you. I will try to look into that for you. I'll take a picture of this just so I can remember. And in between matches, I'll try to figure that out for you, Joe Smith, and we'll try to get your other name in there, Jeff Gray, back in. Sometimes it could just be like a misclick on our end or something like that. Oh, scratch on the left-hand table. That could be the beginning of the end. I think if Rob Matson runs out over there on the left-hand table, this match is over. Joe Smith's wondering about Facebook. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to include that. Joe Smith's comment was on the Facebook. And thank you, Jerry Weeks. We really appreciate all your support. We have the best fans in the business by far, by a long shot. And I watch a lot of pool, so believe me, I would know. I don't just do this because I enjoy it. I do it because I absolutely love this game. This is such a great game. No problem, practice room in the YouTube there. Not a problem at all, sir. I have been trying to get better at that with with not just reading comments. Nobody knows what I'm talking about or where the comment came from. So I do try to include the people's name if it's on Facebook or YouTube, just so everybody knows what the heck I'm talking about. So Rob going to work over on the left-hand table there. I think he'll shoot the 13, break the 8. Looks like that's what he's going to do. If he needs to break the 8. He might not need to. He might be able to play that 8 into the bottom left corner. And Robert Montgomery on the YouTube, thank you very much. Appreciate that nice comment. And Neil Soloway, you're the best, pal. You're the best. He says the best streams attract the best fans. You guys are too kind. Too kind. If you guys are enjoying the coverage, make sure you show some support by clicking the like button on the YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and follow our Facebook, as well as another way you can show some support is by joining in on our Viewer Advantage Sweepstakes. Guy Nicklin says his other account was banned too and he doesn't know why. Can you unban it? The name is Ben Has a Weak Stroke. And yeah, as Jeff says there in the Facebook comments, just want to say please don't put any streamers down. They work hard for the game at little payback, mostly for the love of the game. And guys, no need to put anyone down. I totally agree. I kind of covered that. Brian Baker says, where you live? I moved to Kingman, Arizona. We're from Calgary, Alberta. That's where we are located. That's our home base. A great shot on the right-hand table there. That's going to keep the Quebec team in this match once he makes this 8-ball. Big win over there, 10-0. That's going to get it to 126. And that's going to put us to game 21-22. So only 4 games remain. The lead is 25 points. Wow, my math was bad there for a second. Rita on the Facebook says, it's so helpful to have this stream and watch all of these 8-ball patterns. You're definitely the best. Really, really much appreciated. Thank you all so much for the kind words. And Neil watches them all. Yeah, I'm like that too, you guys. Just so everyone knows, I'm a huge pool fan. Massive, massive pool fan. So I watch everybody's streams, and I just appreciate anybody that does anything to help grow this game. I'm actually a really huge snooker fan as well, so. Michael Rock on the YouTube wants to know, are we ever coming back to Grays Lake? We would love to. Grays Lake, Illinois. Beautiful, beautiful place. A really nice pool room over there that we went to stream the NAPT event. We would love to come back. So, big moment here on the left-hand table. I believe this is going to be it. Let's figure it out. 25 points ahead. They are now, that's a 10-2. So now 33 points ahead, and they are shaking hands. 33 points ahead with 3 games to play means the match is mathematically over. Let me just change this game count so you guys get an idea. And Guy Nicklin wants to know, am I ever come to Edmonton even to just play a tourney? One of these days, I'm going to find more time to do more stuff. One of these times. So thanks everyone for tuning in. I believe the next match will be in half an hour. I really appreciate all of you guys tuning in, all of the super kind words. We definitely have the best fans in the business. And we will be back in about half an hour. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you like and follow our Facebook. We're getting close to some big milestones there where we will do some giveaways. If you can subscribe on our YouTube as well, that would be greatly appreciated. And I'll put up this viewer advantage sweepstakes poster. Tickets can be purchased at our online store under the shop tab. You'll find that on cslipl.com. $20 a package, US dollars. If you're email transferring from Canada, please keep in mind it is in US dollar. So that works out to $26 Canadian. No limit on the amount of entries you can have. First ticket drawn will get their choice of these 2 beautiful cues at the bottom. The second ticket drawn will get the remaining cue. And all right, everyone. So we will be back in around half an hour's time. So don't go far. Lots of great pools still to come today. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We'll see you all shortly.